Hello and welcome to Coffee at Leap. Today we have Ravindra from Beehive. Welcome, Ravindra, to the show.
Thanks, man.
So, Ravindra, you've been an industry veteran and you have seen the evolution of how the IT industry, especially the technology industry, has grown in the last 10 to 15 years. Now we have a trend with AI. We have a pull towards beyond Bangalore. There is also a hype that they say is around AI. What do you feel how this is going to impact the business of office spaces, the absorption rate, and where do you see the beyond Bangalore momentum heading as a co-working space and an infra operator?
See, one thing, certainly the new technology has always helped a lot of industries, including AI. We personally believe it will open up a lot of opportunity for those. Maybe larger companies income shorter in terms of team sizes, but the quality of output or the reach of their services will be wider in a shorter period. So, with per head count, the revenue that they'll generate will be much higher compared to the current estimate things. That's one thing. So, certainly AI will disrupt, but also we need to upskill and progress in a much more advanced way. Not just being a services company, but becoming more like product development, R&D, research, starting more companies in new domains, right? That will give us a clear lead. Coming to your next question, it was about how co-working and our industry sweeping at beyond Bangalore in the new stream of things. See, because of all the technology, like when Zoom and everything started, people can sit and work anywhere. Similarly, now corporates are seeing a lot of engagement and they are allowing their employees to sit and work anywhere, right? One option is currently we are seeing a lot of satellite offices within the same city, and they are allowing people to work at least one day from home and all. So, for example, we also have a satellite office kind of a seat. Eventually, beyond Bangalore, people might be more accommodative to allow their employees to work from anywhere. And also a lot of GCCs opening up in a lot of top tier 2, tier 3 cities. Local employment will be created and a lot of better infrastructure will be created. So we also believe that we are only waiting for the right timing. Maybe post our IPO, we'll start in other cities. We are all from Mysore, Shesh, me and all. So certainly the focus will be on Mysore, Bangalore and other places. And maybe few other cities as it comes.
It's great to hear from you, especially from the GCC point that you mentioned. Where do you see the GCC trend pivoting to? Do you really think as a country, as a state, Karnataka, are we positioned well? And how are the policies helping?
So one thing is certainly Karnataka is way ahead. In the R&D space, innovation space, AI space, and various new technologies. So if you see a lot of new age companies that are setting up, whether GCCs or new countries, they're all majority, they are based in Bangalore or Kannada, because access to talent, the infrastructure in terms of university, colleges, everything is available. Even good residential apartments for their family, sports facilities, schools for their kids, all those are available. And also it's ecosystem, right? Not just the weather being good, even people want to hang out with nice people. Whether it's a community or a fun event or a weekend. If I want to learn maybe swimming or horse riding, I may not get that facility in a tier 3 city. But eventually maybe tier 2 cities will have that opportunity. For example, Mysore has a race course. They also give horse riding
training, yes.
So a lot of people might prefer even going to Mysore. Maybe the quality of training might vary. Golf course is there, horse riding is there. So it's not just the building, the ecosystem, but also this allied services, right? Whether it's malls, mentors, coaching, all that should also exist so that their family are also happy being in that city. As in somebody who was staying in years abroad and he has got his family back to India or to Bangalore, they should be peace of mind supporting him and saying, hey, I love the city. I have made my good friends, right? You go and work 15 hours, 20 hours a day, but we are still happy. My kids are happy. See, that is what creates a global city. And I think we are in the right direction. So all the beyond Bangalore cities, that's the right infrastructure, whether it's Mysore, Mangalore, Talgatti, EB and all, right? I think we are in the right way. And also the schemes that the government is doing, right? Lot of tax benefits, lot of investments that they are doing. And they are thinking in future. Like in the current summit, they declared a lot of incentives for the defense space, right? And that caters to the local market and also the export market. And that is an untapped market. And currently Bangalore is a leader in that. Equiso and CSIR and many other companies, right? HAL. Similarly, AI. We are creating a lot of AI clusters with the Queen City and all. And also there are a lot of AI companies based in Bangalore. They'll again create. Now a lot of kids are building their own AI products. Schools have AI certification programs, right? Even my kids are learning AI. They use the technology, whether it's ChatGPT or whatever, right? So they're all used to that technology and that will certainly grow. Overall, in a summary, I think we are already way ahead. I think we have to keep the momentum and retain the talent. One is reverse brain drain is happening and also the Bangaloreans should stay back and contribute that irrespective of whatever infra and to the state.
Great to hear. Thanks for your time. Let's have conversations in frequency.
And we would like to meet you in Mysore, do more initiatives. We all both are from Mysore. I think we should give back to the city a lot.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Can't agree more.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah.